The computer converts these numbers into impulses that cause sound waves to come directly from a loudspeaker. The art of computer graphics is only in its infancy.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
The entire musical score accompanying this film was composed on a computer that can produce nearly endless variations of sounds. Only by computer could they be calculated and for the first time pictorially described.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Yeah, you're very strong. Pulse. Thank you very much. Are you on that? What is your call? Just Lima 2 Queen Germany 5-9.
Daisy, give me your answer. The for the carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for
Howdy do. Welcome back. Welcome to another one. A weekend and a day wasted. A rethink needed. Well, I did have a rethink. I was going to stream it last night. Couldn't be arsed. Couldn't be arsed. Anyway, we're on tonight. Carried on doing the work this morning on it. Managed to get some plastics out today after a massive failure yesterday and over the weekend. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's show you what we did. Show you the Disastrous. Let's have a look at the Disaster first. Here we go. Disaster. Right. So let's start in reverse. Show you the disasters before I show you the good stuff. Right, disaster number one. Right, disaster number one. Basically what I was doing was clamping it down on the CNC, and it was doing this kind of thing, bending as I was clamping it. And unfortunately I wasn't able to release this one from the stone. Almost. See what it did there? What happened is it was on the bed and then it was milling out this bit here, and all of a sudden it started moving. Started moving across the bed, and then too late, it come unstuck, and then it started wandering around here and basically wrecked it. But the pocket didn't turn out very good either, and I forgot to put the LEDs on. So anyway, I used it as a template to try the keyboard. I put the keyboard in, I realised there's not enough room here. It's too close, so anyway, so we'll use the rest of that another day. And we've wasted a bit of plastic. Right. So bear in mind this is 2 hours. 2 hours to sit there for 2 hours making it. Anyway, desperation, so I tried another one. And this time I put the holes in for the LEDs and I've tried to pocket out this.
November Foxtrot, Sierra
Okay,
Papa
now,
is good.
okay. I thought I was on a roll. And I widened this a bit. Lowered it down a bit to give more clearance. Anyway, lo and behold, almost the same place. It went off again. Started damaging the work. Came loose. So anyway, I used it and then I realised my LEDs weren't spaced apart enough. That needed to go higher for whatever reason. So that's attempt number 2. And desperation ensued, and I knocked it on the head. And then in the evening, I thought, well, I'll do another one. So I did another one. I thought, surely this time it's going to be all right. So anyway, here's another one. And still those were in the wrong place. And the pocket milled, it's almost thin that side and deep there, so and the bed was all no good. Anyway, nearly cut it out, and then it went wrong here. Started cutting into the work again. So that was third attempt. Anyway, before I did the keyboard, I did the front. Let's show you the front. The front and the button. Now this is okay. Tell you what, I haven't shown you any plastics. Did I show you plastics last time? Anyway, the same problem with the front. So here's the front, plastic with a button, recess button, and it dug in there. It dug into it, and it started chattering. Can you see the chatter on it? Look how rough it is, see? Started chattering and all sorts, so that was a waste. But we'll reuse this for something else. So there's that. And here's another one. Anyway, same thing. Something happened there. Oh, the melting. The plastic got melted because the stuff stuck to the milling bit and it's melted into it. So it's ruined the plastic. Also, we got a bit of a mark on there. Anyway, so I didn't even bother finishing that off. It still didn't mill it properly. So what I did all day yesterday. So all day yesterday, I decided. Hang on, let me show you the other one. Here's another one. Probably show you this one, where it fuzzed up and melted, stuck to the milling bit and melted it, and real bad. Anyway, that's that one. So, seems to be in threes. Anyway, I showed you these other two. When I was scratching it to scratch it off, this is the front panel that went wrong. So anyway, there's those. Anyway, and then you've got all these little bits that were a silly idea. So I've packed all that up, but anyway, stopped all that. And then there's this bit, the grill, the vent. That turned out no good either. Anyway. Right. So anyway, there's a lot of failures and ready to give up. Basically, I'm thinking, oh dear, I need to spend some money and buy a laser. But I almost bought one today. Actually, that close to buying one today. £2,000. One that does 700 by 500. It still might buy it, but not yet. Now, I could make the whole case out of a single panel with that one. Anyway, so to that end, let's show you the the one I made before I did the keyboard. Now this is the plastic that turned out okay. Right, now this one, there's your front panel. I didn't have it in the right place. There's a couple of scratches on there. I think they were in the plastic already. So I might make this. I might remake this one now. Again, but this one turned out okay. And I've got the little push button that sits in there like that. So, and then you can push it to power it on. So you press that to power it on. You've got your LEDs coming out of it. So all turned out okay. So I milled that, and I thought, let's have a go with the keyboard. Now my CNC bed is not flat, so what I did, I looked at alternatives. So I thought vacuum table. So what I did was I got some wood to fit on the CNC. It was nearly the right size, almost. I had 3 lots of this melamine IKEA stuff, basically, panels I had hanging around. So it just fit exactly right. I'll show you some videos in a minute, you'll probably see. Anyway, I spent a whole day designing the vacuum table. So basically, you put your vacuum cleaner in it, and it's got holes all over it, it sucks the piece down. Anyway, I had a right game with it, but I built it and it did work a little bit. So anyway, I didn't use it in the end because it didn't suck it enough. So what I did was, because it was made the CNC have a flat bed, I used it. So I've come up with another idea: tape the bed and tape the plastic, and then double-sided sticky pad and stick it down. Well, anyway, that started working. It nearly did all the way to the end, but those last 3 keyboard plastics, that started moving. So I decided to. I hadn't put enough on it. So anyway, it's quite expensive to use double-sided sticky pads and put plenty on, stiff stuff. So anyway, today, with a lot of success today, I went and got some blue painter's decorator tape, wide tape, and some super glue, and I put the tape on the bed, 4 strips, and 4 strips on the back of the plastic. That's a 500 by 300 piece of plastic, and super glued it down with some applicator, fastened it down, and touch wood, they didn't come adrift. I managed, but it's 2 hours of work. So I slowed it down, and what I was doing with the other stuff, I was having to wet it too much, and it was getting into the tape and loosening the tape. So this time I haven't over soaked it. So anyway, let's show you some footage. Yeah, I'll show you some footage, then I'll show you the finished thing. It's just behind. Now it's almost finished, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's see some footage first. Right, here we go. Let's find the oldest one. 50. Right, here's the oldest one.
Papa Delta AMIGA Romeo Whiskey 79.
Right. So this is the CNC. You can see down here. Oh, you can't see anything. Hang on. Here's the IKEA tabletop things that I've milled all the holes in, and it's stuck down with tape and sticky pads. This is not the decorator's tape. Some other stuff I had. Anyway, it's milling out the the help and the delete key, I think it is. Anyway, I'm having to use a screwdriver just to touch the end to stop the build-up of the plastic. Alright, let's have another one. Did a few little video clips, it's cutting it out. So I'm up 3 lots of 18mm, so thick, higher the bed is now, and it's staying flat. And I've had to alter the spindle, lift the spindle up a bit. And it's a bit blurred. It's focusing on the wrong thing. Anyway, it cuts that out. I'll show you the next one. It's just doing the pocket on the countersunk for the screw head on the top plastic. It's coming to do the other one now. Yes, I moved the spindle up a bit to give it more clearance because we've got all this now. 3 lots of 18mm off the bed. It's just doing the pocket in the screw head. It's 3mm pocket, so still got 3mm of plastic to hold it down. There's the 3 things. I did try and make it into a vacuum tail, but it didn't work. I'm trying to get in to zoom over here so you can see it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Bit of a nightmare to say the least. Anyway, next one. Keep this short tonight. Anyway, it's cutting it out now. I think one of my axes is noisy. I've got a bearing or something that needs having a look at. It makes a bit of a noise. I kept the vacuum off because it's just adding to the noise of it. Anyway, let's speed it along a bit. There's me just touching the side to get rid of this plastic that's sticking to it. Otherwise it builds up and starts melting and starts making the surface burn. It's doing alright there. It's lifting it up and shooting it away. So the plastic is just big enough, 500mm. Just big enough to get in there. Let's just look at the G code. Right, so the next one. Look at that, plastic stuck on the top. I've had to push it up with a screwdriver to get it out of the way. The screwdriver's nearly ground through. So anyway, this is the first time I managed to get one out without this digging in and then moving that whole piece. I've put these bits of packer here to stop all the stuff flying all over the place. Try and contain it a bit. And it's stuck on there. Now what you can't do, it's loose. What I can't do is stop the CNC and get that off. So if I lift it up, it won't carry on. So the only way I can stop it is hold freeze the tool path. It's when it's up in the air moving around. Anyway, this was let's speed it along a bit. As long as I keep it off the surface, otherwise it'll burn the surface. But it's a hell of a game. And I start finally putting it out. Right, there's one last video. Here's the last video. That cut out there, that was going to be when I put the Hoover pipe in. That sucks through all these holes I put in to the bed. But this first row worked and the second, but nothing was coming out the rest. But this board, it's IKEA special. It's corrugated with card to keep this width. It's not ideal. You got some proper wooden pieces on the frame, then you got card inside it. Anyway, it's nearly finished. Let's just speed it up a bit. You can imagine this just takes 2 hours to get this piece. And I'm just use the water and soapy water if it starts getting too hot. There, that noise, that's one of my bearings crunchy. I can't find it because there's bearings either end. You're going to have to check that. It hasn't affected it though, it's just making a noise. Anyway, that's finished, so I'll let this play on. You can see me releasing the statue from the stone. The statue was always there, I just had to move away the material around it. So just moving the CNC out of the way with the keys. So there we've got a finished top plastic for a keyboard. Right, just about to grab it out now. It doesn't come out straight away because the corners have got a bit of sticky pad holding it. But because it's flat, it milled everything out. It kept it pretty good. This bottom corner stuck on a bit of sticky pad. And this was before I went and bought the blue decorators tape and the super glue. This was sticky pad. Anyway, that came out. The pocket for the badge came out lovely, and the LEDs. So I've got a way of doing it now without losing the plastic. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's have a look. I went ahead today after that with the blue tape. I haven't recorded it, but I went and did the middle layer and the bottom layer. Let's have a look. Just have a drink. Let's have a look. Here we go. So, top plastic, and you got the LED cutouts just right, and the badge. Nice pocket for the badge, really milled out nicely. And the keyboard. Let me try to show you. It's difficult to do because I haven't got the bolts in it. I haven't got the bolts in it, but there's a nice spacing. I'll put some bolts in it, but there's nice spacing. Everything works out nice. It's nice spacing. So I've got to go ahead and get this label made, or unless I can buy one. That's the same size as it is on the original keyboard. So that's the top plastic. Top plastic done. And you've got the middle plastic that's slightly smaller, and it fits round the surround of the keyboard. That's what you get. It's got a pocket just there, a pocket for the wire to come out, half a pocket, such as that. Now, the clever bit about this bit, the base, is you've got no room and it's got to sit flush. The keyboard has to sit flush. What I've done, just take this off a minute. It's milled out a pocket for the PCB. I haven't cleaned this one up yet, have I? No. I've got to clean this up a little bit around the edges, but you've got your countersink holes, your pocket for your PCB and your cable, and you've got your black bits that stick through, the elongated bit that sits in the elongated bit there. So these are milled 3mm down. So all the screws on the back, they've got to sit somewhere, so they sit in these pockets. Now let's see how well they line up. So when you put it on, it should just sit in position. Yeah, and it's in, look, see, it's sat in there. Let's have a look. So when it's squashed down, there's a little bit of cable. Hang on. Right, so there's a bit as I got the as I was just messing with the plastic, there's a little bit in there in the way. I need to get that off. Get a screwdriver. There's a few bits because I haven't cleaned this one up yet. Let's just try to get that out, because I was scraping it off the milling bit and it stuck to the glass. That's it, it's just come off. And there's a bit here, this is the rest of it. So we've got to just trim that. What I'll do is I'll make the pocket a little bit wider. As it welds itself back again. It's very good at weld. It's like glue, it is. Right. I think that's it. Like I said, I normally go around it and just check. Now, notice some of the holes. Some of these 4mm holes, I noticed the bolt wouldn't go through. It doesn't quite go through. I don't know why, unless I did make them 4mm. I'd have to check that. So maybe I meant to tap them. But these ones here, they're supposed to sit in. That one is. And that one go in. What if I screwed it in? But there's something not quite right. Yeah, it's supposed to be 4mm, that. I might have to make it slightly bigger next time, but I can open them up with a drill bit. So what I'll do, I'll open them up, just put a 4mm drill through it, because I want to assemble this tonight. So let's get a 4mm drill bit. Got this little tool here, this little hand tool. Let's just see how far they were. Yeah, almost. Let's just tighten it up. I haven't got any drills here at the minute. So it's a case of just opening them up by hand.
Sierra 5, Bravo, Sierra 5 and 9.
So I need to check the model in a minute to find out why they're so tight.
Sierra 5 2, Bravo, Sierra 5 and 9.
This is GB1MBC. Hello, my name is Thomas and I...
X-ray, Charlie, X-ray, sir.
Yeah.
90, X-ray, Charlie, X-ray, 5 and 9.
I don't know why. There's these four corners. What I need is my drill, don't I? I need to get my drill. I've got a drill, but it has to be powered from a... connected to a battery power supply. See, I'm not kitted out because normally got my works van, but it's in for repair, so can't actually use anything out of it.
Thank you, Papa Delta 2, Victor Mike 5 and 9.
But I've got to do all those plastics, so I could tell you what, I'll go and get the drill. Let's go and get it. So I'll leave you with an interim for a few seconds. Right, we're back. I've got this power supply. I've just got to plug that in a minute. And that's my drill. That's the only one I got. Just flat. God, it's warm in here tonight. It's very warm. I'll tell you what, I'll turn that off and I'll plug it in down here. Right, this has worn me out, this has. This case, it's worn me out. Yeah, it's worn me out. Right, let's just put that in there. Just make life a little bit easier. Let's just drill these out. Making a bit of a mess. Don't do this at home. Make sure you got some. Make sure you got some goggles on. I've wore goggles while I was milling it out. Check them hole sizes a minute. I might have made them so you have to tap them, but I don't see why. So that one's done. Let's just do this one as well. Do this one as well. So I got the. I need to know if it all fits together. Need to know if it all goes together nicely, or whether I've got to alter some of the other plastics.
QRP, a very good signal. 73, bye-bye.
This is called rework, and I don't know why they didn't quite fit.
The microphone of G6.
Right, anyway.
GB.
I've got some nice stainless steel bolts. Got some bolts that'll hold it all together, and hopefully it'll all fit with enough clearance. But if it doesn't, we'll have to make another one. Right, so that's that. Let's turn that off a minute.
And then, like I said, I've got the handheld.
Right. Let's start building it up. So, keyboard, what did I do? So let's get the keyboard on. I've got to design a 2000 keyboard sticker to go in there, to go in that bit. Now the only problem I got now is this bit.
Back to you, Mark. Oh, they all want to
Sierra Papa, I got.
Right, it's probably best to do it the other way. I'm doing it the wrong way around now. Hang on.
Kilo Mike 59.
Right, let's put the pocket in first. Now I've got to work out
Okay,
where the wire's going to go.
GB1.
Mike 0 Sierra Charlie Sierra 59.
Oh, God, believe it, there's still a bit sticking out.
Also
Hang on.
very strong over here. 73, thank you, sir.
Still a bit sticking out.
The portable station, the portable only good.
This is where the glue stuck to it. Well, not the glue, the melted plastic. I left it for 2 seconds and the plastic bit.
Right, thank you. 73, thank you, sir.
Alright. Okay. Right. I should clean the plastics first now. I've got to work out this bit. That sits in there. It's better. Now, yeah, it's better, that is. That's it. It sits in there. Right. So that sits in there, so does that. Yeah, they all sit in there.
Juliet, Florida, go ahead.
Sort of. There'll be a few that are slightly out.
Thank you, Sierra Papa 3, Juliet Fox 59.
That's the whole idea of trying it.
Alpha Charlie India, go ahead.
So, you enjoying it? From G6U1G.
Sierra Papa 6, Alpha Charlie India 59.
So, what's stopping it?
Thank you, bye-bye, sir.
So, that's in there. Let's get the other bit.
Japan,
You
Tokyo,
can't see
America,
it.
come
Now,
again.
did you get some sort of...
Now, let's put that over
or
there.
something like that?
Now, the idea was the wire is supposed to come out of there.
Thank you, Curtis.
So, somehow you've got to fasten. Tell you what, you need to route the wire
They're working on that.
through to the bottom one. Actually, it won't be this wire. It'll be the proper cord. This will have to come inside. But that needs to come through.
Pick up the
Let's see if I can get that through.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so that looks like it'll go like that. Yeah. So we get the wire inside it until we'll have to go underneath, that will. Alright. At the minute I'm just coiling it up so it sits in there. Right, I'm going to put the top plastic on now. Easier said than done. This lead is in the way.
call signs around the world all have different letters or different numbers. So we
Over, één keer zit.
Alright.
Germany 3, Mike Oscar Tango, 5.5 plus.
Need to do something with that keyboard.
For calling, bye-bye, één keer zit.
The keyboard cable. I'm struggling a bit. Needs to be wrapped up or something.
Thank you. Few last calls from Oscar Sierra 100 Alpha.
My name is Thomas and I'm a cub.
Sierra Papa 5, Juliet Sierra Papa 5, eh? Thank you, bye-bye.
I can't see what I'm doing, I'm just struggling off camera. Yeah, it's just, I need to wrap something around it, like a tie. Need to wrap something around it. Yeah, never got any of those cable ties when you need them. You know the things you throw away every time you undo something.
Delta Hotel Alpha, come again.
I'll tell you what I've got. I've got a little Velcro thing here.
Mike 1
Use
Delta
that.
Hotel Alpha, we worked already before.
So I'm trying to sort out. I'm going to put this little bit of Velcro around it.
Papa again. Sierra Papa 2 X-ray, is that correct?
I don't think it'll go around.
Thank you.
Right, so let's just sort it out. Let's put a...
November
Well,
Kilo again.
badge, I wonder then. Okay, from G6UYG, let's listen out.
P3 Kilo 6 Zulu November Kilo 5.5. Thank you, Kenneth.
Alright, so I've got that there. Okay, let's put the plastic on.
Radio 1 guard.
To be honest, I have got a
Radio
badge
1
with a
Bravo Papa
marshmallow
Bravo
on it.
5.5.
Right, I've got it in there.
Radio Tango 5.5.
It's not going
Thank
together.
you, India United 4 Tango Tango Mike 5.5.
Oh, it's too big. It's too big, the lead is, so I'm going to have to widen it out a bit. Too much
Okay,
bulk.
thank you. I'm going QRT Oscar Sierra 100 Alpha.
Let's make it go up and down.
In the next month or so we're gonna have lots of time
Like
to make the contact. Thank you for calling, everybody, and have a good evening. That's from Belgium and 73. Allee, de Papa Delta 1.
Okay.
Papa GB 379, bye-bye.
Right, let's see if we can shut it down. Something's stopping it.
Oscar Echo 5 Kilo Echo, very strong, 5.5.
We've got to put the screws in. Oh well, do the screws later.
Thank you, bye-bye.
So what's stopping it? I don't know what's stopping it.
Delta Florida 0 Echo Florida, 5.5.
Oh, the plastic. The cable needs to go somewhere.
There is an Oscar November 5, Oscar November 5, good.
So, wouldn't get very far.
There's nowhere for the cable. Tell you what, the cable's going to have to stick out the back. On the original design, this would have to go down underneath, so let's just sort that out. There's no room for this cable, so I'll just sandwich it in there like that. Yeah, it's
My
dead
name is
fiddly.
Thomas and I have been in scouting for 3 years.
Oh, I'm stuck.
It's a bit hard to find out what you're saying.
It's very difficult to assemble it. Very difficult to assemble it. Especially when it's twisting and everything.
Probably about 1 trillion years old right now.
Right.
Right,
It's not easy.
Hi, Steve. You okay?
Right, okay. So I'll have to fasten the one end first. So I'll put the one end on and then puts two bolts through it.
Some of them. And
It's the only way I can see
a little bit about radio. And
right, so I've got
Yeah, that's 100% better.
yeah, they're in.
yeah, thanks. Good evening.
With
Robin,
nuts to
everybody
hold
there?
them still. Yeah, slightly crazy. Right, so try to hold this in place while I sandwich it all together. Put one more down there.
G6UYG, Q1.
Dead fiddly. But if it makes an Amiga 2000 keyboard, if it makes one out of Amiga 500, now I've got to sort. So I've got something like that going on. Just need to sort this cable out before I yeah, I ain't gonna be able to close that in there. So it's gonna have to go under like we had it before. Let's go under. There's nowhere to put it. Nowhere to put this because it's got to go underneath in the cavity below. It's got to go. Oh well, this is why we do trial and error. Trial and error. Let's take that one out a minute. It's a bit of a struggle. It's the bit of the death of me, yeah. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. Right, let's get that through there. This horrible thing, this cable. Alright, so put that down to there. Might need to take the PCB off and push them up the other side. So we've got that there, but then we've got to find somewhere for this to go. Now that normally have to go underneath in the cavity, so I've got a little bit of redesign to do. So I've got to send this round somewhere and keep it low enough profile so it doesn't get in the way and you can't see what I'm doing. So it needs to get in there like that. It's dead finicky. Gotta push that in there somewhere. A nightmare. I wonder if anyone else has had this trouble.
You're coming through 100%.
Right. Bloody nightmare. Trying to get them cables. Should have taped them somewhere really. It's a tight fit. No doubt about it. I'm sure it'll go in. I'm sure it'll eventually go in. Just like that. Is it in? Sort of. Let's just put a pin back in. fiddly job.
Thanks very much, Eric. I speak to you together.
Surely it's cheaper, less trouble just to buy a keyboard, isn't it? Surely. Right, so I'm trying to sandwich it. I've got the cable tucked in there. Normally that cable would go underneath or out the back, but I'm struggling with it because it's sat on a chip. There's not a whole lot of room in there. I'm going to find somewhere for that connector to go out of the way. That doesn't get in the way of the keyboard. It's being held off by something.
Thank you very much, sir.
Don't know what. What's it holding it on? Oh, the cable tie. Right, I'm going to put another fix in it now. All I want to do is make sure it all lines up and fits. And the concept is there. It's got to sit down flush. That's the whole idea. And if it doesn't quite fit, I've got to find out why it doesn't quite fit. It's sitting up a bit there and sitting up down the bottom. I've got to find out why. There might be a screw or something. One of the backing screws is not quite lined up. That's why I need all 4 screws in to try to work out which one is in the way. Just hold it that way up. Let's have a look. So I've accounted for most of them. I've had to measure the screws, and some of them are very slightly out. That one's a bit out there. So it definitely fits it. Let's see if there's any keys getting stuck. Ready? No keys getting stuck. So the idea is good, and it looks, I haven't got the wedge on it yet, but it looks cool, kind of cool. Apart from that and that, which it's not sitting down. That's one reason. Yeah, the one reason is the wire in there. That wire's holding it out. What is stopping it? So something's stopping it. It's difficult to see. I think the cables just needs pushing in a bit. What's that noise? Yeah, so the idea is there, but the pocket. So I thought the pocket would be enough. Pocketed out for the PCB. But I need probably. It's not touching the PCB. It's a little bit needs widening a little bit. It looks okay. Just need to work out which bits have got to be moved. So the metal tray fits in okay. There's nothing touching there. No, that's okay. Yeah, so the metal tray sat in okay. I can see the metal tray, that's Okay, it's in the middle, plastic, sandwiched. That cable, there's something holding it off. So that's the cable that side, but what's holding this side off? Must be one of my pockets for the nut. It's not lining up. Let's see if I can find the one that's not lining up. That one there is not lining up. That one, it's sat half and half on it. And the pocket, is that in enough? No, the pockets, the PCB's not sitting in the pocket enough. Alright, so the PCB is holding it out. So it might want, it's that corner fixing. There's a screw in the corner fixing, and I haven't milled it out. I've provided a pocket only. Anyway, I need to sort that out. I need to have another look at that. So I can take it apart and just drill little bits out where I think it's touching and keep retrying it. That one looks a bit out there. Yeah, there's a few bits. Anyway, that's a lot of hard work. All weekend, well, 2 days of hard work there to get that. So, but I would like to make a nice sticker or proper label, not just a sticker, a proper label to sit in there. Well, I'm putting that down because it's heavy. Here's the front panel if you've only just joined in. Front panel and button. So you've got 4 little micro switches on a circuit board, sat like that. I've just dropped it. So I've got to make a circuit board. I have 4 little switches, and you just press it. That's your power on. So you just press that in. Power on. It does your LEDs as well. There's your front panel. Anyway, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Yeah. A lot of work, and I'm now exhausted. So, yeah. I almost bought a £2,000 laser machine today. That close to buying it. And I started having success with the decorator's tape and the super glue method on the CNC, but it is slow, a lot slower than a laser, so it might still be in the offing. Now I can make my own and put a lot of effort into make your own, but if anyone else wants one, it's a lot of work to do. It's too much work to do on the CNC. So it would have to be laser cut really, and there's a lot of refining to do, and it takes so long, 2 hours for each one, and when they go wrong you're wasting all your time. So it's one of them. If you work out how much time you put into it, then you'd probably just go and buy one. You know, go and work some overtime somewhere, take the money and go and buy one. It'd be a lot less, much easier than trying to make it yourself. Anyway, so now I don't mind spending a couple of £1,000 on a nice. There's one that does 700 by 500. That's the workable area, so you basically could make the whole thing out of one panel, the bass out of one, the lead out of one panel, the bass out of one panel. There's too much work in this at the minute, and I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to finish it off. I've got a week off this week, and I'm struggling to finish it off. Take it on too much. But keyboard needs to go with it. So you got your keyboard. Looked okay. I've no idea if this even looks any good after. Potentially, but there's so much work got to go into it yet. So much already gone into it. So. I don't do quitting. I don't quit, but I should quit sometimes. I should say, look, I've had enough. That's enough. But if I convert this to laser cut and buy a £2,000 laser just to finish mine off, I could use it for other things, but it doesn't seem worthwhile. But if there was enough interest in it, then it might be able to. I've got 2 lasers. I've got 2 smaller ones that won't do the bigger size. I could get rid of those. In fact, I could get 3. I've got another one. I could get 3 rid of 3. Keep the CNC. Get rid of the 3 lasers. Get £500 or £600 back against the price of the bigger one. I've still got a lot of plastic left, reclaimed plastic, so it would make my life such a lot easier. And sitting there, like I say, sitting there with the I'll show you that one again. Sitting there with all the stuff, the mess going everywhere, and hoovering up. So got the hoover, you get the screwdriver. You have to keep flicking this off with the screwdriver as you go in. Maybe just push the plastic in the machine, laser engrave it, go round it, cut it all up, walk away, go and make yourself a cup of tea, come back and it's finished. This thing you can't walk away. You can't even see that. So this CNC, got all the clogging up there. I've had to tape it down, decorator's paint, super glue, sticky pads, a lot of work. Every time you finish a panel, you've got to clean up, hoover all up the bits, clean the machine off. I mean, that's here's one that was
she's getting on a bit. Somebody has to come in there.
There's me with a screwdriver trying to keep it clear. Look, dangerous, very dangerous. I've got my goggles on, and they're noisy. This is noisy as well because I haven't got my van. I couldn't get any ear defenders, so I'm doing my hearing in as well. See, you'd have the vacuum on, you'd have the spindle running, the vibration off the CNC. It's just one big noise.
More dangerous than them up there.
So I'm trying to convince myself to buy one. I can get it, but it'd be a shame. It'd be a shame to buy it just to finish this project off and sit there dead money. But if anyone else wanted one, if people wanted it, then it's chicken and egg, because nobody wants one until they see it finished. If they see it finished, they might want one. And there's a lot of work to go in to fine tune everything, and there's so many other things And I don't know until I finished it. I don't know if it's even any good. I don't know. I might look at it and think, yeah, it's finished, but now I don't like it. Or I might like it. I like the shine on it. And the idea is there. It just needs refining. Some of the holes need lining up. But so if you haven't got like I said, I've got three AMIGA 2000s, or 2 full ones, one motherboard, and some cards. I've only got one keyboard, so I do need 2 more keyboards. You can either pay £150, £200 for an AMIGA keyboard, AMIGA 2000, or you can get yourself an AMIGA 500 keyboard, and the cost of the plastics and whatever the lead is, whether remake the circuit board, don't know. It's all cost, isn't it? It's all cost. Or just wire it up and put your coily on it. And I'm trying to see if it would look okay, if it's a desirable thing or not, or it's just going to go with the original one. The reason I want it is to be able to unplug cards easy. Take the lid off, unplug cards without taking the monitor off, sliding the cover off. I'll try to put a card in, take it out, put the card in, take it out. That's why I got that experimental one, basically. Anyway, so that's the progress. So a lot of hard work. Lots of wasted plastic. There's another problem, wasted plastic. You can almost be right at the end, and then the piece starts moving, and it gets ruined, and then you're breaking your mill bits, everything. So, for an easier life, less mess, less noise, you can basically operate it at night if you wanted. This CNC's too noisy. Your earrings going. your earrings getting damaged for the noise. There's a lot of mess and tidying up and rework. The laser will just cut it out. I don't know if it'll do pocketing. I think you can engrave. I've engraved a rubber stamp once. You just got to lower the power level, so you've got to work out the power level required to laser away half the thickness to get your pocket. So I'd have to do some experimenting. So I've got 2 lasers to get rid of them. I've got one that's working. It's got a weird problem. I think the laser's not got much life left in it. And I've got another one that's brand new that's never been, only used it once, quickly to test it. But they only do 300 by 200.
Yeah, well, you could do with a bit of luck, Pete.
And to save the time, there's 4 pieces of plastic for the base. 4 pieces of plastic. That's 4 lots of milling, 4 lots of 2 hours just to get a base. It's crazy. So I think I've answered my own question really. Just get bite the bullet, get the laser, sell the other 2. I can get a bit of the money back off selling the other 2. Comes with a industrial water chiller. So, but as soon as you buy it, then you've got to use it. You've got to use it for something. You can't just have it sitting there. Once I've got the one I want, which refine the design. You can refine the design, just go with it. I think we'll have to just do it. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the reason why I had to drill those holes out, which is a strange reason. Need to have a look at that quickly. Don't know why I had to drill that out, I'm sure. Let's have a look. So I had to drill all these out. No, I thought I made them to 4mm, but they're exactly 4mm. Maybe I should give them a bit of tolerance.
You have to get the light use of the tractor fed and water.
So 4mm. So they're a little bit tight for 4mm. Not quite sure why.
Yeah, this is a cockapoo she's looking at, Malcolm.
The only thing I can think of is I broke one of them. I put a new one in. I'm just wondering if I've shrank it by putting a screwdriver on it. But we could always make these a little bit bigger. Go through all these and make them bigger. Now let's just have a look at the bottom one, because the bottom one did seem smaller. That's not it. Right, now what size are these? Did I make these?
The trouble is, I'm crossbreeds and I'm trying to get the same money as I would for both of them.
Did I make these to be tapped? I can't remember now. Oh, they're 4mm. So that I don't know why it didn't cut it out. The pocket's the right size for the screw head. That sits in nicely. There's the pocket. So the pocket sat okay. There. Pocket's okay. So I've got some more to mill out on that. I've done the 3 pieces, and I've got to do this piece and the flat piece and these wedges, so I'll do that tomorrow at some point. I've got to create a G-code for that. No. Hopefully it'll be a hefty thing, quite heavy, and it'll sit where it is. You'll be able to... Can't even see it. Sorry. Anyway, basically all I did was have a look at the hole sizes in there. I looked at the hole sizes and they are 4mm. 4mm, but I still have to drill them out. These are 4mm as well.
Yeah, okay, Bill.
But they need to make them bigger. Don't know why. They need to be 1/2 mil bigger. Anyway, so what I've got to do is I've made this bit, I've made the middle bit, I've made that end bit. Now that end bit's going to have to have some alterations done. Some of these holes, I measured them as best as I could, but some of them, the screw is half over the hole. So it's not sitting in the hole. I should have made them wider really. I should have bit the bullet and just made them wider. What size did I make them? 5mm. Should have just made them 7mm, or just to allow for a bit of error. Just make them bigger. These turned out okay. One of them's not quite in the right place. This needs to be... It's okay, but what I didn't allow for is one of the screws. Turn that one off, it's noisy. There's a screw on the PCB that's just sitting bottoming out. So what I should have done is made it deeper, or even cut it all the way through. Let's see what it's like with the bottom on it. Now if it was cut all the way through, what would happen? Let's have a look. So it's not going to show through anyway, is it? So instead of pocketing that PCB, I should have just let it mill all the way through. Now you would see a bit of a gap there though. You'd see a tiny gap in there. Would it matter? Not so sure. And at least the wires, I'll have to put this hole here. The idea of this was to clamp a coily cable through. round and in. But it turns out that the cable that comes with it, the connector, is about here, and it comes out the back of the steel, so it needs to go down really. That needs to go down. There's no room on the top, so it needs to go into this chamber here. So you need to go into here where you got a lot of space. Actually, what do I want to go in there? Oh, right. Let's just hide some of the stuff. Keyboard, top plastic, bottom plastic. No, keep the bottom. Base plastic. Keep the base. Center plastic. Keyboard. Right, where's the metal plate? Base plate. Right, so this bit here this needs to be cut straight through really, and a little bit bigger maybe. So if we did that, tell you what, let's just do it now. Let's make it a bit bigger. So first we'll bring it up. Actually the top and the bottom's okay. So what we'll do is we'll go widen this a little bit. We'll come back about 1.5 mil. The same the other side. Give it a bit more. The top and bottom's okay, I think. 1.5 mil. Yeah, so top and bottom's okay. Now we need to push that straight the way through. Forget the pocket, take too long anyway. Right, so let's have a look at it now. So we can see inside where all the electrical stuff can go, the connections. Now we can see a bit of a problem here. You can see daylight now. You won't see a lot, but nevertheless you don't really want to see a gap. I haven't built these yet, or this flat bit here, so I could alter it very slightly. You could go back a touch. Quite easily go back a touch. Well, I was trying to keep it ergonomic so you could store the coily cable excess around the back. You probably could still do it. Tell you what we'll do. Let's can I move it that way? Let's move it 6 mil for starters. Right, have we covered up the hole? Just about, yeah. So we've covered up the hole. We've got this one now that we don't need anymore. That's the, yeah. So we've got the cable comes out across here. It gets in the way, like nightmare, but it could be pushed down the metal work. Hang on, where's the key? Where's the keyboard? Base plate. So I haven't put on here where the connector is. It's roughly about there, and it gets in the way. I've left a bit of a gap there. There's plenty of gap, so I should be able to push that down there and in. And this can still stay. It's a grabber for your cable. So yeah. Right, so that's a bit of a better view. Hang on. So your base plate, so your cable should be able to go down the back, and then you join it onto whatever circuit board's in there. So if I do that, then I've got to alter all the stuff that goes with it. So that can stay there. I'll have to move that hole down a bit. That's a pocketed hole. Right, I'm going to have to move that one back a bit. That would have to come back 6 mil. Right, so what have we got now? Yeah, we're okay. We're okay, so we need to bring these out 6 mil, if that can be done. Easier said than done. Can that be brought out 6 mil? No, not that way, it can't. Can I do it? Can I use that as a reference? No. Oh, I can do it, but I'll have to repair it. So if I say 6 mil, it's not going to be right, though, is it? No, it's too much. 6 mil. Right, let's find out how far we've gone too much. 1.4. Tell you what we'll do.
Oscar Victor 1, Charlie Delta X-ray. Oscar Victor 1, Charlie Delta X-ray. Calling CQ.
That's not liking that, is it? No, I'm going to have to rethink that. I'll have to look at that again. I'll have to just draw it in, I think. Let's just draw it. Actually, let's get it into monochrome mode again. Oh, we're in monochrome mode. Right, so we want to draw that. Just draw it. Hang on, let's try to keep it like this. Alright, let's do again the same. That screw's in the way now. Yeah, that's a problem, because that screw is there. Right. I have to rethink that then. Can't have the screw in the place. Lots of knock-on effects. Right, so we're back where we was with the gap. Yeah, we're back with the gap. Does it matter? Does it matter if you got? It's not enough room for the screw anyway. Look, for the nut. So a bit of an oversight. So we want centre plastic, top plastic. So I think it's going to have to be tapped, but don't do tapping into this kind of plastic, it's not good. Unless that comes right the way out to there. Or, yeah, unless we bring them out. Don't know. That's probably why I left a pocket on it. Tell you what we'll do then. Let's just keep going back, and if we got enough undos. Right, we've got our pocket back. So what we need is to push the cable down inside there with a hole, but the hole can't be there because it needs to be somewhere else. Don't know. That'll take some pondering over, that will. That'll have to be pondered over. I have to fall asleep working that out, or just leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. Take some working out. Cable was going to come through there unless we change the cable idea. Maybe come out the back of here instead. Well, that was supposed to be the coily, and then the other cable off the keyboard was supposed to go in here and be jointed up to the coily on a little circuit board or something. Anyway, you can see the problems I've got. So, to that end, these need to be milled again to get the sandwich. These holes are stopping it. They're not big enough. I thought I'd make them smaller, get them in the right place, but they're not quite in the right place. Difficult to work it out, measuring from all angles, very difficult. So, anyway, I've had enough for one night. I thought I'd show you. It's worn me out. It's took its toll. Told you it'd be the death of me. Yeah, anyway. Right. So, to be or not to be? That is a question.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Buy a laser or not to buy a laser? Like I say, I don't really want to buy a laser just for my own. I could quite plod on with mine. I will use the laser for other stuff though. Probably, I've been designing stuff for years on here. Last few years, all different stuff. So I'll probably use it for something. I'll think about it. It looks a bit of a monster. Look at all them fixings. It looks weird. But, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, some people, they get a piece of T-slot and they mount their motherboard to the T-slot and they use it, put the power supply on the T-slot, and they put modern motherboards on it. They use it as a test bed. So maybe I should have just done that. Got some T-slot, bolted it all down. I don't know. Right, Rich 55. Yeah, I almost bought it. I was that close to buying it. I was very close. Yeah, I was that close. Do I want one? I wouldn't mind one, but it'd save me a lot of trouble. Time, noise, everything. My earring would be better. Keyboard looks great. BTW. But I'm sorry, I'm a bit thick tonight. My brain's gone. What does BTW mean? I'll Google it. Be something to, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to convince myself, but I mean, it's almost there. Almost. I'd hate to quit now when it was almost there. It's very almost. Look at the keys. The keys all work. There's no plastics in the way. Now, if you like it flat, it's no good as it is. Like flat, it needs to tilt up. So I've got to finish the rest of it off. Then the button. I'll have to slow down a bit. I'll have to slow down. Oh, by the way. Yeah, cheers for that. Cheers for that. Thank you. A lot of work gone into it. Oh, Rich, I'm glad you're on. Have you seen on eBay there's a nice looking case on? I almost bought it. There's a nice looking case, really nice looking, £110 something. Wonder if you've seen that one. Somebody, come on today. Somebody's. It looks. Sometimes the photograph doesn't do it justice. I thought about buying it and get, because this one's a bit of a state, so take that out. But it's another £100 and odd, isn't it? I think it's an accelerator card, 260 quid. Someone selling an accelerator card on 030. I could do one to try in the slot. I could do one to try to make you see that. I did see that it's missing the drive tray. Yeah, I wonder what they did with the drive tray. They always try and split it up, don't they? I mean, sacrilege sometimes to take these, destroy a perfectly nice looking computer. Oh well. Yes, I need to accelerate the card to make sure I've got the size right there. Anyway, I think this project's gonna go. Mine came from Germany, but I didn't factor in the VAT. Yeah, this is trouble now, isn't it? It's AliExpress, they charge you the VAT and everything as well. Well, they've got to, aren't you? You're supposed to pay it yourself anyway, but I could get that laser from AliExpress for about £1,200. But I have to wait till June, possibly till June to get it. Where the other one I could get it in about 3 days. But it's, yeah. And obviously you might have to pay import duty and the VAT on top and all that kind of stuff. And that guy's still got this beige plastic for sale as well, but he won't part with it. I don't know. Anyway, for what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to carry on the projects because I want to create the push button. Make that PCB next. Let's get rid of the sides a minute. Oh, I've altered the plastics here as well. I don't know if I showed anyone that. Let me just take the front off on it. I didn't like the spacers, so I've basically reproduced the plastic. And instead of milling out all these slots loads and loads of times, I've just reproduced that. But I've got to mill. That means even more plastic and more weight. A lot more weight. But it also added bonus. It holds you can fasten the PCB to the back of the plastic and pocket a hole in the other plastic. So you fasten it to that. Then this piece just sits loose when you add the front panel. It sits loose and it's just the PCB is held on the other plastic. And you've got to sort the light pipes out that go to the PCB. There's so much to do, but I'm going to have to pace myself a bit because I'm doing too much. I try to give it a big push to get it finished. I always do that. I totally underestimate the length, the amount of work involved. So I just try to give one big push and get it finished, but it's going to be a long-term project. But there's already 53 videos. 53 videos on this. Yeah, I made it worse by creating a keyboard thing as well. I had to model all that as well. But the work's done, so it just had to be a continuing project. The trouble is I've got lots of other projects as well. That's the problem. A little compact flash. I've said what I've got in one of my my first 2000. I've got an IDE, a dual IDE thing for the CD-ROM. It's got a spare bay on it. I wonder if I could put one of them in. Might be able to. Anyway, so imagine the amount of plastics now. It seems crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. See, this would be so much easier to make with a laser. Yeah, I'm convincing myself. I could do it. Well, I can get the money easy. What I don't want to do is put myself in a position to sell some of my retro computers. I've got a lot of retro computers, but don't really want to sell them. I want to keep the best ones, but I wanted to recap what I could, you know, and maybe tidy them up a bit before getting rid. But it seems to me people are making more money out of stripping them down with this selling the bits now. So yeah, I can get the money, but if it's just to make myself one, then there's not a point. Although it's catch-22, you won't get anyone interested unless you've got a finished thing. It's the same with everything. The same with my other project. Till it's finished, you can go with a prototype or a first design, and then they'll well, I said let us know when you finished it, or you know, when it's ready. Some projects they never are ready. They're never finished. Like this will never be finished because there's all the extra cards to make. I'm going to put a MIDI interface in, and you know, whatever else. So it's an ongoing, forever project, basically. Never finishes. But it's a funny thing. There's a few people around the world who do projects. You've got Bit Looney, and there's Super House TV. These are always busy. It's a labour. I say it's a labour of love, but it's a love-hate thing, you know. You can spend years. I've already spent 14 years developing that stuff, that the logo, this one here. 14 years developing that, and it went so quick. But anyway, yeah, I would have to pace myself. I've got a full-time job, so I get tired. I get tired sometimes. I'm not as young as I was, put it that way. Oh, I added them as well, because on the real one there's a few little holes for vents, as well as those there. Yeah, but I do want to get rid of some of these fixtures. I want it to have it, to make it so it all pushes together, you know, similar to the top. All pushes together. Anyway, let's put it all back together, and vent. So in order to keep my sanity, like I say, I had a slow phone last year. A couple of years ago I had a slow phone, and it press a button to take 30 seconds for something to happen, and I was losing my sanity. I was losing it. I was actually mentally ill from it. So I had to get a better phone just to stop it. We having to wait for so long. Anyway. So anyway, it's an evolving thing. So I won't be able to keep a stream up every night. I don't think. Depends. I don't think I'll be able to do it. So I'll have to slow it down a bit. But I will do a couple, two or three. With some changes. Would it be nice to make a little flat pack set of plastics for this? Sell it as a flat pack. At cost, very cheap. But the plastic isn't cheap. That's the problem. So I don't know, unless, well, I don't know, it's one of them. It's very difficult to make. I found it's very difficult to make. Some of the small stuff's easy, but this bigger stuff, it's difficult. So in order for it to have a look to see if it's even worthwhile carrying on, I need to finish this one off. I need to get this one into a finished state with a keyboard. But that takes time, so it's going to be an ongoing project anyway. It is going to be an ongoing project, unfortunately. But that case on eBay looked very tidy, but sometimes the colour, when they photograph it, it makes it look whiter than it is. But it did look tidy. Anyway, I'm getting tired now, so I've got to go and have some tea. So we've got a bit of progress eventually. I'm not sure whether I broke it or it broke me in the end, but anyway. Oh dear, it's a nightmare. Let's put the rest of this stuff back again. What are we missing? I can't work out what we're missing. Is that a lot? No, where's all the cards? There they are. Right, so accelerator card. There's one 260 quid on eBay. Accelerator card 030. Quite a reasonable price. But it begs the question, why are they took it? Why aren't they using it? Or is he because he split it up? He split it up, maybe. Or is it a Pie Storm's better, or some other cards better? Anyway, I don't know why I'm messing around with this so much, because I've got two perfectly good computers here. Should be playing with them, putting the cards in, upgrading, really. But I'll carry on with the project. I just want to see what it looks like when it's all, you know. I haven't seen another one like it. An Amiga 2000 in clear acrylic, made up, so you don't need a real drive bay thing bracket. ATX, so you got ATX on it. You got power on push button in the style of the old one, so there's lots of work to do. I'd like to push it all together like this, snapping instead of fixings. Maybe it'll all be loose and wobbly until you put the sides of the lid on. Maybe I can do the same here. Yeah, so some of these could be pushed into the plastic there, the wedges. They still need to be fastened though. Yeah, need to look at that again. Normally you do 3 designs. Yeah, RGB lighting. Yeah, I like some nice blue lighting. Oh, yeah. But that controller, the controller in there, I want to make my own controller to operate these lights and also the lighting. You know, there's lots of different bits to do, but I don't know if life is long enough. Is life long enough? Don't know. We'll play with it anyway. We're interested in it, so we'll play with it. Takes my mind away from the other project. I had 14 years of that, so yeah. I should carry on with it really, but it's a never-ending story, that one. At least I never had an Amiga 2000. I only had Amiga 500. But I had it early on. I had mine when they just brought out the Amiga 2000. I had my 500. And the guy, the mate who was, I haven't seen him for years, so I'd love to know what happened to it anyway. We used to go down to all the shows down in London, and he saved his money up and he bought an Amiga 1000 when it was, well, he bought that. He bought an Amiga 2000, but they didn't have one ready in this country, so they loaned him an Amiga 1000, and he had to go and take that back and pick up his Amiga 2000. We've got accelerator cards and all sorts, and I haven't seen him for about 30 years. So anyway, wonder if he's still messing with it. I ought to find out at some point. We used to have a good old time on it, going down to the shows. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'll make a few more plastics, but I'm not going to go alpha leather. I'll do a little bit. I'll do one a day, a couple of hours a day on it, and I'll show you a result. But hopefully at some point we'll have a complete. I can either do that or go and spend a couple of grand and buy the laser and make this, instead of having 4 plastics, having 1 plastic. We still need to build this up, or I just build it as it is. I don't know. Anyway, there's lots going on. So you plug this in the normal way into, and your new board works with the old protocol, but it's got some extra features, wireless connection, and in one of the expansion slots down here you plug in a little wireless module that talks to the keyboard. It controls the reset line as well, and you can program your key combinations off your web interface of what you want to happen, what bootloader. You press a key combination that Amiga was never designed to look at, because when the controller is scanning them before it sends it on to the Amiga through its normal communication method, and if it senses a key combination that doesn't normally get pressed, that'll be our code to send to the wireless module that's just plugged into a spare slot, which got I/O input and output on it capability, plus it controls the reset line, so you'll be able to select ROM or anything, any mode, select ROM, all from keyboard or off the phone. RGB lighting, all off the phone. A lot of work. Yeah, but it's well, I don't know. Anyway, leave it at that. Leave it at that. It's a lot of work, but if you think about it that way, you'll never do it. So, to buy it or not to buy it? Should I buy it? Just go for it. Yes, flip a coin. Tell you what, let's flip a coin. We'll flip a coin if I haven't got a coin. Got no money. It's not how can I flip a coin if I haven't got a coin? Am I really going and get a coin? Flip a coin. Buy it or not to buy it? I haven't got one. Oh well. It's probably just as well. Anyway, that's gonna be it, I think, for today. I've got to go and get me supper. So we've got this weird ass stuff. Don't know if you caught this one. There's the plastic. Sits in there. You press it. Sprung loaded on the buttons, and that'll start it up. So that'll sit somewhere like that. Yeah, it'll look weird. It's gonna look weird. Oh, picked up some floppy disks today. £5 out of a charity shop. Brand new seal floppy disks. 2 density, 2D, HD, whatever they were. These are them. 2D, HD, yeah. So they're just normal IBM ones. They will work on an Amiga though. So it worked out. Pack of 10, 50p each. And also picked up a £5 Hitachi tape player. It's got the remote output and all the other stuff, so you can plug it into your anything that needs a tape drive, any old computer that needs a tape drive. So that was a £5 as well, bargain. Good brand as well, attaching, it all works. Can't believe it still works. Sleep on it, oh yeah, I'll sleep on it, yeah. Well, I can get a lot of money back by selling the other two. I can get some money back. So yeah, I can get a broken one cheap. I can get a broken one but spend a lot of time renovating it instead of getting on with this. It's not really what I want to do. Alright then, we're going to go and get some more tea or supper. So, might see you tomorrow night, might not. Alright then, thanks for watching everyone. I've got to go and have a rest now. Got to go and chill for a bit. But it's a lot of hard work. Slow progress. Alright then, thanks for watching, and I'm going. I've totally lost track of things. Yeah, so a week and a day wasted. Lots of plastic. The waste of the plastic as well. The waste of all that plastic. But I got lots more of it. So, anyway. But it's not cheap. You had to buy it, it wouldn't be cheap. Alright, that'll be me. I'm gone. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.
The computer converts these numbers into impulses that cause sound waves to come directly from a loudspeaker.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
The art of computer graphics is only in its infancy. Only by computer could they be calculated and for the first time pictorially described. The entire musical score accompanying this film was composed on a computer that can produce nearly endless variations of sounds.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to a chord of carriage. But you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.